Hi everyone, welcome back to the SDET Sanjay channel. Hope you are doing great. So today we are starting a super exciting mini series on a tool that can literally automate half of your daily tasks without writing thousand lines of code. Yes, I'm talking about n8n. So what exactly n8n is? Well, n8n is a workflow automation tool that lets you connect different apps, services, and data without heavy coding. Think of it like building a flowchart where each box does something meaningful work, like fetches data, send emails, post updates, trigger alerts, and much more. So in this series, we'll start from the scratch and we will learn how to build an n8n account, build our first automation workflow, automate real life tasks like send email from form submission, get testing related news on Telegram, and much more. And once we understand the basic flow, we'll jump into something very interesting for testers. Yes, we will use how to use n8n in software testing. So we will see some examples like fetch acceptance criteria from Jira or Azure DevOps and create test cases, figure automated test cases and go into Jira or ADO and many more. Next, we will learn how to create self-hosted VM to run n8n for free for forever and also how to run n8n locally. So let's dive in and understand more about n8n. So what does n8n mean? Okay, so n8n actually stands for node automation or nodemation. Okay, because it's use node to automate the task. So if you notice, the word start with n and there are 8 letters and ends with n. That's how they decided to name it n8n. So let's start with the registration first for the n8n cloud. So if you search n8n in the Google and come to here, and then you will get an option to get started for free. And then we will, I have already started, so let me sign out and start a free trial. So then I'll give Sanjay PG and email ID. So I will use the email ID SDET Sanjay n8n@gmail.com. Confirm the email ID. SDET gmail.com. You can use any email ID which you want. I will put some password. Okay. Account number, account name, you can give any name. I will give learn n8n with Sanjay 1. Okay, and that's it. Verify you are human. Okay, success. Cool. And let's start our 14 days trial period. Okay, so after 14 days, this account might get frozen. It might not work until you upgrade it. So for that, as I mentioned that we have already created the cloud hosted n8n, and also you can see it here. I will show how to create it. It's very easy and straightforward, and it's free for forever. Also, you can run your n8n on locally. I'll show both of these in the next, in the upcoming videos. So what are the size of the company? Let's see. For now, it's only me. What team you are working on? Just give anything. Let's say engineering. And okay, what best describes your company? Let's say software as a service, and okay, what do you feel comfortable? JavaScript function. That's it, I think. Okay, and then okay, where did you hear about? Let's say LinkedIn. Perfect. Okay, if you want to invite team members to your workspace, then you can give any of these email which who you want to invite. But for now, let's skip it. And great. So we are into the n8n cloud, and let's start automating. Perfect. Okay, so let's change the background. So first of all, I like the dark background, so I will quickly change it. Dark theme, save it. Okay, perfect. I'll go to the setting, and you see there are multiple options. Like you can try with workflow, an AI workflow, start from the scratch. Okay, or here is an option like you can create a workflow in personal, you can credential project, all those things. So and this is the like your project, so you can give your name on this project description and everything. So let's do one thing. So let's start from the scratch. Okay, so it is inside my workflow, but if you want to create a folder and work on that, so you can probably go here in this here and create here and create a folder. Okay, so that it's better to manage project. So first n8n project, something like that, and create it. Okay, that's great, right? So you see some of this terminology like workflow. Okay, so let's try to understand first some of this terminology before we dive into creating the workflow. Okay, so then in this dashboard, you are seeing there's different options like the workflow, credentials, execution. We will see each one by one, but let's understand the workflow first. So what is workflow? So a workflow in n8n is simply like a chain of connected steps. Okay, or in other words, you can say it's a collection of nodes. Okay, see another terminology, nodes, right? So these mostly these two terminology we will try to understand first workflow and then nodes. Okay, so this workflow always like it start with a trigger. We will understand what is trigger as well. So three terminology, and that something kicks off the automation. Okay, and so in basic, what is node we'll understand in depth, but in the basic terminology, what is node? So nodes are like individual component that you compose to create a workflow. Okay, so think of each node like a tiny worker. Okay, one collects data, another transform it, another sends to somewhere. We'll see it in diagram as well. So let me try to explain in a different analogy. Okay, you know the car factory. So I will show you what does that mean. Okay, so in the car factory, there are different stations, right? So like the car frames arrives at the first station, and then workers install the engine, and then car moves to the next station. Okay, then in the station 2, the car arrives here with the engine, and the workers attach all the the 4 wheels, and then car moves to the next station. And the station 3, like cars came up with engine and wheels, and the robot, you see the robot spray paints on the entire body, and the car moves to the next station. So here what is happening in the next station, the painted car arrives here, and the workers you can see they are installing the seats, dashboard, wheel, everything. And then car moves to the next station. And here the quality check is done. Okay. So inspector checks everything working is fine or not. If okay, then move to the final station. If not, then stop it here and do the retrospective. Okay. Then at the end, like it ships to dealer. Okay. And you see the car is getting loaded into truck and delivered to the dealership. So see the pattern. What is happening? Each station, like each node, okay, does one specific task, right? Like the car moves, and also the car moves from one station to another station in a order. And each station receives the car from the previous station. Each station receives the car from the previous station. And each station does its work and then it passes to the next, right? So these are the very important thing to understand, because the exact same thing is done by the node. Okay, like the station you can think of it as one station, you can think of as one node, right? So here what is happened at the end, you are getting a complete car. So that completes the whole process, and that's your workflow. Okay, and that's exactly happening in the n8n era. Okay, each node does one job. Data flows from nodes to node, one node to another node, like the car is moving, right, from one station to another station. And each node builds on the previous node's work. Okay, like here each station works on the previous station's work. So at the end you will get the complete automated process, right? So this is like the analogy for workflow as well as node, right? So now let's understand the different types of trigger. Okay, the other terms which I mentioned, the trigger. So what is trigger? Okay, because without trigger nothing will move. So in n8n there are majorly two types of trigger. One is there are two types of node. Okay, one is trigger node, another is action node. Okay, so this trigger means that from where your workflow will start, there should be something that can start your workflow. That something is trigger, right? So there are different types of trigger present in the n8n. We will see in example, but we'll try to understand in brief for each type of trigger. Okay, so you see the definition, you can say that workflow is chain of connected nodes and node is one specific job inside that chain. Okay, now let's go to our n8n and try to understand the different trigger first and then different action node. Okay, so let's create a workflow. And so you can either start from a template, okay, or you can start your own. So you see there are different types of trigger, like trigger manually and on an app, on schedule and all. So trigger manually, what does that mean? So trigger manually is like when runs on the flow on clicking a button in n8n. So if you add a trigger, if you add a manual trigger, that means if you want to run something, some of your workflow, you can click it manually and then your workflow will start. I mean all the node will start working. Okay, so this is manually. This is good for your debugging or checking your logic. Okay, so like that, there are other triggers on app event. Okay, so what does that mean? On app event means, so that is like a event trigger. So this event trigger fires when something happens inside an app, like a new Gmail uh, came, a new email came to your Gmail. Okay, then this there will be a trigger which will trigger, and then your workflow is started. Okay, or you got a Slack message or something like that on a schedule. Okay, so if you want something run automatically on a schedule basis, like every morning at 9 a.m. Okay, where is it? Every morning at 9 a.m. or every minute or every Monday, then you can use this trigger, right? On webhook call. Okay, so this one is very powerful, you can say, because the webhook trigger listen for an incoming HTTP request. Like imagine someone is submitting a form from some website. Okay, and as soon as user submit it, your workflow should start. Then you can use this trigger. Okay, then the similar to that, there is a form submission. So this is also like generate web form in n8n, and when that is submitted, then your trigger will start. Okay, we'll see those in example as well by creating a flow, but just to get a overview, let's quickly go through it. Okay, and there are like when executed by another workflow, let's say there are two workflows. Okay, so output of the other workflows could be trigger of this workflow. Okay, something like that. On chat message, like in AI, if you create a AI and if you chat or do something, then this trigger that workflow will trigger by this node. Okay, so these are different trigger. So let me add the manual trigger so that we can get the action nodes. So these nodes, these all like different kinds of nodes are present over here. So these action nodes are categorized and grouped into and this different section over here. So you see, first one is like AI, which is very powerful nowadays. So if you like want to summarize some email, analyze text or generate content or use, so then you can use this AI node. For example, if you want to fetch some breaking news or get breaking news and get summarized version of it, right? So if you don't want to read completely, then you can use it. So there is AI agent, all these Gemini, OpenAI. So yeah, all these things you can like, for example, if you want to add this AI, yeah, so something like that, you can add AI agent and give all these model memory tool. We'll see all these things in practical. Okay, so let me remove it. And then we have this, let me see, what is that? Sorry. Then action in an app. What does this mean? So if you work with a Google Sheet, Notion, Telegram, or okay, 100 of apps, it works with 100 of apps. For example, someone submit a form, okay, store their details automatically in Google Sheet. Or if you want to send a message to the Telegram back. Okay, so like all this action can be done from this. So there are so many tools are present over here. Okay, yeah, you see all these things. Then there is a data transformation section where if you need to filter, format the data, suppose you receive 100 of a job application and you need only candidates with 5+ years of experience, right? So you can modify those data, removes those data, so you can do all those kind of transformation over here. Then there is a flow control, right, where the things get logical, right, like if condition, branch, switches. Okay, all those things you can do over by using these nodes. Then there is a core utilities, right? So if you want to call an external API, let's say use HTTP request node, like fetching weather data or open weather stock like prices. Okay, then you can use this. Also, you can write code inside it, as I mentioned, right? Like if you are a coder, it's a cherry on the top. right? You can write if there is some complex logic which cannot handle by the drag and drop, which is given by this n8n, then you can write your custom logic to do that. So n8n is given two ways to write a JavaScript or Python. Okay, that's great. There is another one which is human in the loop. So some workflow needs human approval as well, like accepting a request, reviewing a task, validating a data. So these nodes brings like human right into the automation flow. Perfect. So that's the foundation of like n8n, like triggers, nodes, categories, right? So what we'll do, we will create a super simple workflow, right? So that just sends an automated email on manual trigger, right? So that we can at least start with some workflow today, and later we will create so many workflows. No worries. So what we can do, like we add when clicking an execute workflow. Let me add the Gmail here. Okay, and I want to send a message. So I will click send message. So, like when you connect Gmail from your n8n, you have to give the credential, right, to n8n, so that n8n can read your messages or whatever permission you will give. So there are two ways you can authenticate, either OAuth2 or service account. So this is recommended and it's easier as well. So I will go with this. And what I will do, I will use the same, let's say, which I created for this one, right? So I will allowing, so continue. n8n has already accessed. That's great. Okay, you can do it like this way. Okay, and right, if because I had already given n8n access, if not, then it will ask for the different it will ask for some checkbox, so you just click on those and it will get the access for this. Then what I will do, account connected. Okay, that's great. Now what I'll do, there is resource. Okay, so what resource you want to get from there? So I wanted to I want just message to read write the messages into email. Okay, there is different operations, right? In Gmail we can do so many things, right? Send, reply, remove, get many, get all those things. So for now, let's do the send. To whom you want to send. Okay, so what I'll do, I have some of those emails. So to whom I want to send, let's say Cool Sanu 0998. I want to send this. Cool Sanu 0998 at gmail.com. Perfect. Hope this is email is correct. So what is subject? Hello from n8n. Okay, something like that. And what? Okay, you can send in two format, and this and HTML. So HTML is good because you can modify and you can do formatting on the HTML. Okay, and message. Hello. I am coming from n8n. Something like that. Okay. And if you want to write more, because it is coming here, right? So you can do like this and just, okay. And I'll save it. Don't forget to save. Sometimes I'm not sure if the new version it is automatically saved, but earlier it was not getting saved. So always remember to save it. Okay, there are multiple options. I'm not adding it. I'll let you know. These are the different options, so we don't need for now. We'll see. So let's go back to the canvas and just execute the workflow succeed, and let's see if we received any email. So we have given this email, right? So Gmail. And which one? This one. Okay, so hello from n8n, right? Hello from n8n. I'm coming from this email. So perfect. We are getting the email, but we are also getting this one, right? It is coming like sent automatically. So if you don't want that, so what you can do, you can go here and you can, I think, do this one, append n8n with attribution and just toggle off, save it. You can execute from here as well, and it's come here. Let's see it. Yeah, perfect. So we are seeing that without this, but again, you see this is coming in the single line, and that's what I was saying, that you can format it in the HTML. Okay, so I have already formatted it, so I will, did I keep it somewhere? Or yeah, I think I missed it, but not miss. No, sorry for that. So yeah, so let me quickly ask ChatGPT to format this. I can format it. Oh, this is already there. I think, yeah, I had copied it. So let me copy it. I had copied it earlier. I had done this on, I think. Okay, so I'll save it, and sorry, let's go here. I saved it. Okay, and let's execute it once again, and hopefully this time we'll get a better reply. Perfect. So hi Sanjay, hope you are doing well. Okay, so this is the way you can automate the flow, right? Then what else? Yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. So each node will have some input, okay, and the output. So input, then how it is processed, and then you will get the output. So this is will be across all the nodes. Some nodes like trigger node, manual trigger, will not have any input, but most of the nodes will have this. Okay, so we will see from the next videos. We'll build some more real-time automation step by step, and trust me, by the end of this series you will have enough knowledge and that you can build your own n8n workflows. Okay, whether it's for personal or professional work. Okay, so I will put more videos on that. So subscribe to this channel, and yeah, hit the like button. Until then, keep learning, keep automating, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.